Judge a man by his questions, not by his answers. That was kind of the theme of this week. This week was great. I spent the first part of the week on a ski vacation in Park City, got to meet a lot of new people, got to take a little bit of breather, but also had to work while I was there. It also brought up a lot of questions for me. You guys, anyone who's followed me for a while knows I used to live in the mountains and I loved living in the mountains. The challenge was I can't move back there right now. I really want to. It creates a ton of anxiety inside. I love going there. I love being there, but now I have all this desire to go there and I have to stay the course where I am right now. This kind of brings this whole circle, this full week, full circle. I'm also sick. I got sick coming back from Lake Tahoe, so I've just been like super grumpy and had a lot of brain fog. But the challenge to all of this is successful people are able and willing to take action when they are uncomfortable. That is one of the traits over interviewing more than 350 millionaires, as well as spending time with a lot of highly successful people, and myself included. I learned how to take action and I learned how to do the things I need to do even when I feel uncomfortable. You can have an uncomfortable thought, you can have an uncomfortable feeling, but you still have to push through it, right? So that's kind of what's going on this week. And although it is frustrating, I'm smiling because I am moving through it. So some of the challenges this week that I had to overcome. The first one is love being in Park City, coming back from that, and then immediately wanting to move there. Now that doesn't mean that I didn't take some time to look at places. I looked at places in Park City, looked at places in Lake Tahoe, looked at places in Breck, looked at places in Vail, but that's just not in the cards right now. I need to stick to the plan and move there this summer. But the questions that it brings up are why and what do I want my life to really look like? And is it that big of a deal? If it is more important to get delayed gratification, I have a great living situation right now. I live with Mark, who's one of my closest friends, and he's a fellow entrepreneur. We have a lot of entrepreneur discussions that drive business forward, which is great. But there are downsides to it too. Like everything is a dichotomy to be balanced, and learning that is important. One of the other big things this week, Thursday, we were scheduled to do a webinar. We had about $10,000 in ad spend behind it, and it was to sell a one-day event that was yesterday. About an hour before the webinar, we had to cancel the event due to some unforeseen circumstances, and we had to make a last-minute call on what to do with that webinar. Well, we went through all of our options, and instead of being upset or frustrated, which I felt those things, I had to push those aside and say, nope, I dismiss those. I'm going this direction. And we just pivoted, and we ended up selling into our 3-day event, and the webinar went great. It is all about learning to control those things. I'm not great at it, but it is a practice. So going back to the quote from the week, the quote for this week is definitely judge a man by his questions more than his answers, because our questions control where our thoughts go. How can I be happy about this? How can I be grateful about this? How can I use this as something, as a stepping stone to greatness, right? A lot of times our biggest breakthroughs come from our biggest challenges, and we need to be willing to have challenges. This week it was great, and it had challenges at the same time, which I think exists in just about everything. Books that I'm reading this week, 1 Million Followers is still going pretty well. That book's kind of started to lose steam for me, though. It's just very routine. It's stuff that I all knew before, but it is helpful to get me thinking about growing social media. I also started reading Tim Ferriss's Tools of the Titans. I read that probably 6-7 years ago when it first came out, and it's a great book. Has a ton of takeaways. I remember really liking it. But now that my life has changed quite a bit since then, I thought it would be really good to reread it again. So I'm really enjoying going through that right off the bat. So looking forward to that. I'm trying to read 10 minutes a day in that. Tools. AppSumo, if you guys don't know what AppSumo is, it is a great website to find all kinds of digital tools. You can try them for 60 days, and it has no questions ask refund policy. So I try a lot of tools off there. This week I found 2 on there that I am really, really excited about. So the first one that I got is a book writing tool. It's AI based. It's supposed to help you write a book in a day. Now this is to be used as a lead magnet. So I'm really excited to get that done and see how it comes out. We do have content writers on the team, so I think I can get it done through there and then pass it off to them. Happy to let you know about that. But AppSumo is great if you're looking for a tool to speed up your time. Other things, I got these zinc lozenges. Somebody on social recommended them. They came in, and I don't know if they're going to work to shorten my cold or not. I certainly hope so. All right, that's this week. Wishing you guys all the best. Pay attention to what questions you're asking yourself. That's what I'm trying to do and be really cognizant of. Feel like it's going okay. All right. Wishing you guys all the best, and I will see you next week.